What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's From the Source with Trayvon Maddox, and I'm here with,
Cam Boone, cornerback out of St. Edwards, Ohio.
yes, sir. How you doing, Cal?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. So this is your senior year, right?
Yes, sir.
How's everything going so far?
It's been good. It's crazy season. Things that I thought I'd never do that I did.
Got that three-peat.
Yes, sir. Had to.
Got that three-peat. Congratulations on that first and foremost.
Thank you.
So my first question, kind of jumping into it, talking about that you guys three-peated, and I know y'all faced them last year too, but I'm pretty sure y'all faced the same team in Springfield all
Yeah.
three,
All
right?
3 years. Yep. Yep.
Walk me through that. Like, how crazy is that? Like, how was it different preparing to face Springfield from like year to year from 2023, 22, and 21?
hmm So I say my sophomore year, I wasn't like really in the mix of playing and stuff, but I dressed and everything. I was still there, still saw it happen. I was just learning at the time.
Yeah,
They were more of a pass run team. And I was just watching how we prepared. It was first time ever playing them, so like it was just crazy. And then junior year, I'm like, oh, we playing them again, but they were different than summer. They passed every play. So
yeah,
then like my head was on the swivel every play. Like any moment they're throwing the ball to you. Like they had all athletes. So that was different. We ain't never played a team like that. So preparing for that was just crazy. All our DBs had a head on a swivel. D line, great. That a fantastic game. And this year changed up again. They went from all passing team to more of a run heavy team. They threw the ball probably a couple times in the game when they had to when they were down, but they ran up. They had a great running back. I'm gonna give him his props. He was nasty for sure. But that game it was different. We had to prepare for them different. We couldn't like do the same thing we did last year. Like we couldn't just focus on their pass when they could run too. So now we had to switch up. So it was just different
yeah.
mindsets every year.
And then they literally had like they had the Wildcat going on too with Aaron Scott playing quarterback.
Yep.
So like you had to prepare
Yeah.
for that too as well.
It had a lot of formations. They never did that in the past either, so we didn't even know that was coming out. They
Yeah.
just did the last game against Moeller, and then he could throw the ball too, so we couldn't really just everybody just go after him. Got to cover receivers too. Yeah,
Yeah, so yo, craziest thing because I graduated in 2017, but I played for Glenville. And while
oh
we was
yeah,
playing, we was St. Ed's and Glenville had that rivalry
yeah.
going on.
hmm
But it was crazy because like I think towards the end of the summer, I think it was like y'all first game or second game of the season, y'all played what was it, Good Counsel?
Good counsel. Yes, yes, sir.
Bro, I had to root for St. Ed's. I had to root for St. Ed's. I got a friend, he from DC, and bro always talking stuff about like, oh yeah, DC better at this, that. I'm like, y'all never played Ohio schools before. So
It's different. Though. It's different.
yeah. So I actually watched that game. I'm like, bro, I'm really cheering for St. Ed's right now. This is crazy. Yo, I think when I watched that game, I obviously saw a lot of guys making plays, and you guys got to play a team from DC, another out of state team. But do you think it was more challenging facing them, or was it like Ohio teams that you felt like were better than them?
I was there. I would definitely say there. I can. There's probably a couple of teams in Ohio that I feel like can beat them. But they were nasty all around. It was something different for me too, because like they had like stars everywhere on the field. I'm obviously you probably know I matched up with the 4-star Florida State commit, so I
Yeah,
had that on my hands myself. So I'm locking in for that. One probably was my biggest game of my career so far. So they had that. They had a great running back going to Wisconsin, quarterback like that, big time players in every single position. So it was just like dang, we in one of our first games too. It's not like we had a lot of games under our belt to like prepare for this. So it was just like different mindset on ESPN. And like I feel like most people, since we won back to back years, they wanted to see us lose for sure.
yeah,
Like I saw a couple interviews with other people there, like this might be the game that saying it's losing, something like that. We saw that too. So we took that to heart and we went out there and dominated for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And I feel like people don't think about it. It's like, oh, it's high school football, boom, boom. But like that was a high pressure game for y'all. Y'all was playing a, a top team in the country. Y'all are nationally ranked, and y'all were nationally ranked at the time, coming off of at that time what two straight national champion, not national state championships.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And the fact that like that was that the week two or week one game?
Week 2. Yeah, week 2. We played center. We played another big time team first week, Center
Yeah,
Grove.
it was that last week. So you guys were coming off a big game, and you guys were playing in the Northeast Ohio versus the World Showcase, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure that comes into that, man. How,
Mhm.
how did that feel? Like, did you kind of feel it at all? Like, did it feel like a different kind of game, or it was just like business as usual for you?
I would kind of say both. Like, I'm gonna go out there and handle my business regardless of who we play. But at the same
Yeah,
time, I'm giving credit to all the teams, Massillon, Glenville, and Hoban. Like, we got to go out there to show them like Ohio football ain't. They thought they was about to come down here, run us. We got to show them like we different too. Like, we got we,
yeah.
we got we got players for sure.
It's tough. That's tough. I feel like when we talk about, like you just said it yourself, Ohio football, like Ohio football is getting put on the map. Like we
Hmm.
already, I'm from Cleveland, you're from Cleveland. We already know what it is, but like now other people are seeing, because now with the Northeast Ohio versus the World Showcase, y'all all played and y'all all won. Like the
Yeah.
Bears won, Glenville won. Who else played that weekend? Springfield, right?
Uh, Hoban
Hoban,
played.
Hoban won. Hoban won. Massimo was the other school.
Massillon won too. Yeah.
National one. And these like Ohio schools are dominating. And you know how it kind of like they kind of divide talent into like regions. Say, oh, Florida got the fastest kids, Texas got
Yeah.
this, Georgia got
Mhm.
that, Cali got the QBs.
Hear
What
that.
would you say like if Ohio had to have like a position group that they put like you could say, oh, Ohio might put out the best this. What would you say that is?
That's tough. I'll probably say right now, I I ain't being biased for no, but cornerback,
I
I
know
know a
you
lot
was
of
going there. I know you was going.
I know
I
a
agree
lot
though.
of
I agree. But
yeah.
why would you say that?
I'll just say like past years, I do a lot of research. Like there was great cornerbacks that always come out Ohio for sure. But like
Yeah,
I feel like my class loaded, class under me loaded, 26 loaded. Like I know a lot of guys. Like I train with guys that's like they go in places. Like I know a lot of guys, a
yeah,
lot of corners for sure that's like going there. We just different. I don't know. Highest paid position in the league.
yeah. Look at the two guys who get paid the most money. You got Marshawn from my alma mater. Then you got Denzel
Mhm.
Ward. He went to where he go? I think Macedonia or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Ohio boy too.
Yeah, he the trainer I train with, he trains Denzel. So yeah,
That's tough. That's tough. Hey, so what was the first offer that you received?
Eastern Michigan. Yeah,
From
this
Michigan?
past summer. Yeah, May 30th. Yeah,
Okay. How did you feel when you got that offer?
it was kind of crazy. Like, I wasn't really like I ain't really start. I wasn't really a football guy. I say that like always played football, but I never like thought I was going to college to play football. And then probably in my sophomore year, realized I'm like, oh yeah, I'm trying to do this. I'm really good at it. People kept telling me I'm doing that, and then I'm so I would say I got offers later than most people, which
Mhm.
like me and myself, I feel like I'm up there with like everybody. That's just me though. But so now I got that. I'm like, dang. So like, not most people get offers though. So I'm like one of the 1% that they say that's going to college for free. You feel me? So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, for sure. For sure. That's for sure tough. Like you said, you kind of got into it late. You said you started your sophomore year?
No, I started playing corner my sophomore year.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I used to play. I was on the offensive side. I played safety. I mean, it's not that much different from in middle school, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, I never
So like
like played.
freshman year, you were just playing for real, just like kind of having fun. Then like to our
Yeah,
sophomore, you're like, oh, I can really do this.
yeah. Like I used to. So sophomore year, there's a senior I went up against. I always go up against just people that I know like that's better than me at the time. Like right now, I'm going up against college guys when I do one-on-ones in my training because they got me more experience. So my sophomore year, I used to go to trainings. This is my probably first time and stuff ever training football. So I'm just guarding a random person, and
Mhm.
like I'm guarding him a couple of times. He like, yo, where you going? I'm like, what you mean where I'm going? He talking about for college, like you a senior or something? I'm like, no, I'm only a sophomore. Mind you, he going to Toledo or something. Like, yeah, he had D1. He basically telling me. I used to talk to him all the time. He like, just keep putting your head down, keep working. You gonna be something for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if you playing against a senior and you a sophomore, bro, think you a senior, you doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, like I'm doing something right. So I really start the extra hours putting the work, really like training for real, like getting there.
All right. So this is your last semester of high school. What do you think is the biggest lesson that you've learned throughout these last 4 years?
Dedication for sure. You got to be dedicated. You want to do stuff like you got to definitely keep your head in the right spot. Like you can't be getting into all that other stuff. You got to just be a hard worker and dedicated. It's gonna take you far.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, do you think that kind of going throughout your process, are you more kind of glad that you were kind of like a late bloomer in the sense of like you said, like getting that attention and stuff like that? Because now you can really like show dudes, like you probably experienced it this last season. They see you, they see like, oh, this I'm playing against Cam Boone, but like they don't see all the, oh, I'm getting like 5 star with 59 offers and all that stuff. And guys might have thought like shit was sweet a little bit. I gotta bleep that part out, but stuff was sweet a little bit. And then you got to show them. How did that feel?
Oh, it felt great. I remember they first told us. He told me I'm following the 4-star Florida State commit. Like people, I feel like going into that game. Like I mean, he a dog for real, but like people like
Yeah,
had me as the underdog. They thought I was just going. I'm always competitive. I'm not the type to just go in there just because you a 4-star. You got to show me how you a 4-star. So this is
yeah,
on ESPN too. So I'm like, all right, I'm about to show them how I play. I ain't do nothing different. I'm just being me, just out there locked in, locking up. So then that I know the whole week I'm preparing for that. Like I ain't like it was one night I really didn't sleep. I was just watching all DB videos. I'm trying to get better while I'm going into the
yeah,
game and like everybody they probably nobody really knew I could do like people know I was good, but they ain't know about to go into the matchup and like lock him down how I did. But like
yeah.
to myself, I know what I could do. So like that just made me know I could compete with the best after that. And I did it again like 3 more times to other players that people think high nationally ranked and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of speaks to what we were talking about like now people are realizing like Ohio football is really like that because
Mm-hmm.
you got like these nationally like known schools like the Bishop Gormans and the IMGs and all that type of schools like that where you know like, oh, if dude's starting for him, he must be nice for real. But like you started
Yeah.
for St. Ed's, like
Yeah,
the
that's
powerhouse in Ohio, you know what I'm saying?
like around the world. That's like big accomplishment now. Like, uh, I just saying like the Bishop Gorman and stuff. They like, oh, like everybody think they the best teams. I mean, yeah, they good and all, but like nobody like they don't give Glenville like you don't. They used to never give us credit. But now, like we starting to win, they starting to like everybody in the world. They starting to like see what we could do now. Like, oh, they got dogs down there. So yeah, I feel like when how we had that showcase, I feel like stuff like that. That's really putting us on the map. So like,
Yeah.
I encourage whoever to keep running those, keep play harder schedules to like stop playing teams in the area. If you got a good enough team, play some teams out there to like really show other teams like we got it for real. Like we ain't duck no action. If you called us, we was gonna play.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I feel like when it comes to that, like you were saying, like scheduling and stuff, when I was playing, we only had those 3 games. Like we only had like 2 like flex games because we played St. Ed's every single year, and then
Mm-hmm.
we had 2 other like non-division games. But we
Yeah,
but we played the Senate. So we played like Marshall,
yeah,
all schools like that who like still like developing, you know what I
yeah,
mean? But like I feel like St. Ed's was always good. Like y'all was always winning championships, but
mm-hmm.
like they was still kind of under the radar. Glenville, we wasn't winning championships, but we was like putting out dudes. So
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah,
still under the radar because we never won nothing. Now
yeah,
y'all winning championships and putting out dudes.
yeah.
Glenville just won back to back, like they our
Oh,
first 2 and
yeah,
still putting out dudes. So like it's gonna get to that point for sure.
yeah. And like most people know how they think like. So I know people on the outside, they be like, they try to like compare like teams. Like we played Glenville, like everybody they like think it's like a rivalry or something. Like for real. Like I'm cool with so many people from there.
But yeah, for sure.
We trying to like build Ohio football up and show we can do it against
Yeah,
others. People think it's just an Ohio thing. We just like hate each other or something. Like, no, when we played in that showcase, like I hit a couple of my boys up from all the schools. I'm like we got to go out and show the world what it's really about. I watch all the games too. So yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it always been like a respect, but it used to really be smoke because like it was kind of like if I had to compare it, I would really say how it kind of was like kind of similar to Ohio State versus Michigan. It
Michigan,
was like
yeah.
the end towards when I was there, because like that was a series, that was the matchup that like you're getting that every single year. You know, each school gonna have their best shot. And like when I was a kid, my dad used to take me to the game every year when it was like neck and neck. and they actually used to play like the Brown Stadium and stuff like that every year,
Yeah.
and that was tough. But like it was smoke back then because like that was the only time you speaking to them is like at that game.
At that
Now we
game.
got social media. Everybody follow
Yeah.
everybody on Twitter. You talking. You still talking stuff a little bit, but
Yeah,
like
he's
those
still
boys too.
still competitive, but like yeah, like
Yeah.
y'all cool though. Like we
It's
try
like
every
it's like
trying to
2K
win.
beefing while y'all playing the game, and afterwards it's all
Yeah,
love.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
all love after that.
But speaking of exposure, after you, I think it was after you had that big game against Good Counsel, but you
Mhm.
had NFL corners tweeting you.
Yeah,
How,
my
how was
boy.
that like?
It was I ain't gonna lie, it was like crazy. Like so after the game, he was at Greg Newsome and Thomas Graham
Yeah,
Browns. They both was there. I didn't know. Like I didn't know till after the game. So after the game, I'm just walking back to the locker room, just chilling. Uh, Somebody say something to me. I didn't really think. I'm like, I just had to like everybody telling me good game, how much I played. So Greg Newsome say something to me. I'm like, thank you. It's all that. So I go back to the locker room, and then my teammate come in. He was like, "Oh, Kim, that was Greg Newsome at that too." I'm like, "Oh, for real?" So boom, I ran back out there. I talked to him a little bit. It was just, and then he texted me his number, followed me on Instagram and all that. It was just crazy. I like
yeah.
that wasn't nothing I was expecting after that game. I wasn't expecting NFL corners to reach out, but yeah, that's my guy. I talk to him every day.
Okay, that's tough. That's tough. And I find most of this conversation we've been talking about, like Ohio football and Ohio players.
Mm.
Who do you think is obviously besides yourself? Who do you think is the best player that you've been on the field with? So this could be a teammate. This could be somebody you playing against. Who do you think has been the best player in Ohio that you've shared the field with in these last 4 years?
I gotta go, my boy. He underrated Xavier Styles. He plays safety for us. Yeah, he gonna be a dog. We gonna see him on Sundays one day and definitely Saturdays. He
Okay.
just like we was both under recruited. I came in edge with him. We both played safety at the time, so that's how I really got close with him. And
Yeah.
then we always like we always always the underdogs. Everybody always counted us out. I feel like so
Yeah.
always kind of have conversations and stuff like that. But yeah, he definitely a dog. He had 5 picks this year. He had 2 big ones against Moeller for sure. He saved us a lot. Yeah, that's my guy. He definitely one of the most talented players there is.
Okay, that's tough. So, what do you think was as far as like all the games that you've played in throughout your career, what is your most memorable game?
Remember,
I mean, you got three state championships to choose from.
yeah. So I'll go. Hmm. I'm going with this state championship. Last game with my brothers. You feel me? That's the last time I'm going to be on the field with most of them. Hopefully, I see them on the field in college or Sunday, see him again. But yeah, it
Yeah,
was just crazy. That last high school game with the people I've been playing with for 4 years, though.
for sure, for sure. That's tough. So, obviously, you spent these last you played all 4 years at St. Ed's, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So, why did you choose to go to St. Ed's?
Now this might be crazy. So like, I played baseball, basketball, and football when I was younger.
Okay.
Football, I always had that, but I thought personally, I thought I was a hooper and a baseball player before
Yeah.
football. So I went to like I used to always go to their basketball games. I went to some football games, but I used to always go to their basketball games. It's like 8th grade. They in the Final Four or something. They play a local team, Lorraine, where I'm kind of from there. Like I live right by there.
Well, West Side kid.
Yeah, I was by Lorraine, and
Oh
then
yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure. You right there then.
I'm like, oh, they was the best at the time that I knew of. Like them, Glenville, all that. They was like top teams at the time. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to go be the best too. I'm trying to go worse. So it's really
Yeah.
high here. Yeah.
I feel like you got so many options. Like if you on the east side and like you nice at either hooping or football, obviously you
Mhm.
got Louisville.
Yeah.
Obviously you got Euclid, you can go Euclid. Depending on
Yep.
where you're from, you might be able to go Heights. You
Heights.
got all those schools over there, but like if you on the west side, it's really just Eds and Ignatius for real.
Dishes. Yeah, that's really a lot of my family from the east side and the west side. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was just yeah, it's like I don't know. I just wanted to go there.
No, I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's actually a lot of. I feel like it's a lot of similarities between Eds and Ginn Academy. It's still like they both all boys schools.
Yeah.
Um, same like kind of like dress code and everything. I remember I was going to school on the west side. My sophomore year, I went to Lincoln West, so I was
Oh
always
yeah.
like catching the rapid over there, and I
Mhm.
used to always see the St. Ed's boys. But like, it's a lot of similarities. I feel like, but you are kind of making your final commitments and everything. You kind of just was telling me about like visits and stuff like that was going on. Do you have a date in your mind when you're gonna make your commitment or sign?
Hopefully make a commitment this weekend, actually Sunday.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's tough. That's tough. So did you kind of like have you decided in your mind what you're gonna do, or are you still kind of going through that?
I'm kind of I'm kind of going through it still because I still have a visit with Penn State this weekend as well. So I'm
Okay.
going down there this weekend too. And like I feel like for me, based off this visit, uh, I'm gonna be have an option to decide. Yeah.
Nice. That's what's up, man. Yo, so what is the biggest factor in your commitment?
Uh most people be like, academics for sure. And then most people say like where they gonna play at. For me, I feel like where I'm gonna develop most at play and develop like put that in the same category. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like Penn State, they DBs, they always go top notch for sure. Like they got, I love Coach Terry down there. They got great DBs. Kalen King, he going to the draft. He probably gonna be a first round pick this year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So they just put out Joey Porter Jr.
Oh, he a dog. Yep.
And they got what's the other DB? Jair. What's Jair?
Zaire. I forget
Is
his
it Brown
last.
or Johnson? I forgot which one it is.
I think it's Johnson.
Yeah,
I
it's a
yeah,
couple. It's a couple DBs.
it's a couple of them. Yeah.
They got a lot of good DBs. You won't be that far from home either. How what Penn State got to be like what like less than 4 hours.
Yeah, it's like four. Yeah, it's like
Four
four. I've
hours.
been there
That's
a
tough.
time. It ain't that far. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So you looking. So right now, you looking between like already got the Eastern Michigan. How did that visit go for you?
It was cool, but so recently most people probably know that was probably like where I was like going before anything happened. But coaches changes. So like, yeah. So
Oh, the
it kind of
coach change at Eastern Michigan.
yeah, not all the coaches, but it was some like I was really close with Coach Taylor Johnson. That was my guy. He went to the NFL. I can't blame him. He went to the NFL, be a DB assistant for the Eagles actually. So yeah.
Okay. Yo, I just thought about it on the fly. I never asked nobody this question before. But from your perspective as a prospect, what is the best part, like your favorite part of a visit for you?
Mm. This might be different, but I like interacting like the people at the visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like different. Like some people at visits they got no offers. I went to Ohio State, bro, have 54. So like it's like different. Everybody different things. I follow. We get our Instagram, social media. We all talk all the time. So I like connected with the other players there, see like how they doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's tough. I thought you was gonna say like putting on like the drip and everything, taking all
Yes.
the photos.
Yeah. I was up there for sure. I like that too. That's what
I
most
gotta
people
be
say.
tough. Bro,
Yeah.
that's something I never got to experience like when I was like in high school. So I'll be
Mm.
thinking like, you ever seen that meme? I think it was like some kid going to Florida and his dad was putting on like the gear and everything
Oh
too.
yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
oh, meme. I'm like,
Yeah.
I hope I don't become one of those dads. I'm like, yeah, let me try on the
Yeah,
drip.
that's definitely experience, or a lot of high school athletes want to experience for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of drip, once you get to college, you already know it's gonna be like free reign for like whatever equipment you want to wear and everything.
Yeah,
Head
so
to toe, I'm from helmet to socks. What's that drip gonna look like?
I got so many options. Like,
Like, come on, we coming F7. What we doing? What we doing?
see, so like my first year, I'm coming with speed flex. I love the speed. I love F7 too. I'm gonna try it out. If I might try them both out because I know they let you do there. You change your helmet in mid season. So I'm gonna try them both out. See how that see. Uh,
Oh,
I like to wear arm sleeves, but I ain't gonna come that as often because you got different. I like bands too. What else? The little tight shirt right here and stuff.
ooh. You should have a. You should have like a little home John as you got, and a little.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh yeah.
you can go like sleeves for home, and then with
Yep.
the bands for the away.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
All right. So look, we got into okay. So you said you're gonna be wearing the bands and everything. All right. What
Yeah.
about the any like leg sleeves or anything like that?
Actually, I'm either so. this is what I always want to do, but I couldn't. I could never do it with our colors because like it's not that color tights. So say for instance, Penn State, they blue and white. So
Yeah.
like say we're all white. I want to wear the opposite color tights, like the blue tights. I seen so many people wear that in college. I always want to do that. I
That
never
would
had a
be
chance.
tough. That would be tough.
Yeah,
Mm. And you could probably freak that for real. You could probably
yeah.
freak
Yeah, I saw somebody from there do that. I'm like, oh, I ain't never seen that before, but he really put it on for real. And
Yeah, you
people,
want wait, you said you couldn't do that in high school?
no, I mean I could, but like I ain't had the same color tights. Like
Y'all
we
go
ain't.
yellow, y'all go yellow. Oh wait, you said you want the same color tights as the pants or opposite?
So let's say if I'm wearing some white jersey, white pants, but the
Mhm.
numbers is blue. I want the blue like the blue tights.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Now that'd be tough. That'd be tough. Now, when it comes to like once you there and you say you got everything going, and I talked to I think my last Zoom interview that I did was with Miles Lockhart. He the first one I asked this question. So you the second one. I don't know if you realize, but you gonna be the very first, like your class is gonna be the very first like freshman class in like 10 years to be like the freshman class in the new NCAA video game.
I ain't even think about that. I ain't even
Oh,
think about it. Yeah,
that's
that's
tough. So
crazy.
look, check this out. If you had to go with one attribute, it could be like hit power, speed, man coverage, press, whatever, that you would say is your highest rated attribute. What is it? And what would you rate it?
Press man coverage. I'm gonna give myself cool.
Don't be modest for the interview.
Yeah, I'm a who like 93. Not yeah, something right there. I can press well. I got some stuff I'll be working on. I worked on still, but I think that's my go-to press man. Yeah.
Solid. That's solid. Hey, yo, that's tough. All right. Last question. Then we're gonna get out of here. We already talked about your biggest lessons that you've learned, your favorite games and all that type of stuff. But what do you think is, since you're a senior now and you've got to grow through the program, you got dudes who you was talking about who's coming up and everything. What do you think is the biggest lesson that you were able to leave behind for like the next group to come in?
I'll probably say biggest lesson. I don't even know. Like,
If you
ooh,
wanted people to remember one thing about Cam Boone, the cornerback for St. Edwards, that once you got freshmen coming in 4 or 5 years from now, that coach could be like, we had a kid named Cam Boone, and he did this and this and that other. What would you want them to be able to say about you?
that I fought through adversity. My whole 4 years there. And I ain't gonna lie. When I came into St. Ed's freshman year, I wasn't like the guy that was starting. Like I wasn't like I played safety. So I wasn't like the guy that was like starting. So like they be like, oh, he ain't even starting his freshman year. He's not gonna be none when he get up. And
Yeah,
then like so once I started, I'm like, all right. So then I started working. Like I always work my ass off. Sorry for my language, but I'm that type of guy. I'm gonna go get what I want. So
yeah,
yeah, sure.
that's tough. That's tough. All right, man. We're gonna get on out of here, man. I appreciate having you on here. Thanks for coming
Mhm.
on. Wish you the
For sure.
best. Excited to see that commitment coming in the next
Yep.
couple of weeks. You're gonna do great, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, we out of here.